Browns and Packers on Christmas Day. Green Bay's won the last 3 meetings, but can Cleveland cross a win off their wish list? Find out next.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense. Quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, 4th-year man from Oklahoma.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
First down, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And the numbers from a week ago for Jarvis Landry. 7 catches, 64 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. On 3rd down, Mayfield swings this out for Hunt. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. We get our first look now at Aaron Rodgers in his 17th season now with the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, coming off a great 2020 where he took home the MVP trophy.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The numbers for Jones last week, very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
From the 22, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw is Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. From the 25 on 2nd down, Mayfield. A nice throw there by Mayfield, a guy who really reemerged as the season and later the playoffs went on last year. What are defenses trying to do against him?
Well, the first thing defenses want to do is use his emotion against him because he's such a passionate player that sometimes he comes up really hyped up and the ball might sail a little bit early. But as the game settles in, the next part is make sure you chip away at his timing, put the pressure on him so maybe his feet don't get quite set, and then he's not able to be as accurate as he normally is.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Mayfield. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Here's Jamie Gillendown as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And they have secured that spot in the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round one.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get hung up on the fact that only one team now gets a bye in the first round. Win your division, get to the playoffs, celebrate that, and by the way, they are guaranteed a home game. That's a good way to start the playoffs.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And just like that, it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No score after one on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. And it looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Cleveland offense making their way out. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10.
What are you doing?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to go up top again. And got his man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Mayfield now. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on third. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Able to slither by. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They begin this drive with Chubb. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Chubb running right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And the tackle there by Chris Barnes. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield able to find Hunt out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And again, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Thinking about the 37-yard line. Kenny Clark racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Now Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. And Parkey's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
Not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Packers with a football here late in this 1st half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. On 1st down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. He hits Adams complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, and that's caught by Rodgers. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up this weekend. 2 on Christmas Day. Cleveland traveling up to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And then later, Indianapolis taking on Arizona. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. And finally, on Monday Night Football, no Ricky Williams, but it is the Dolphins and the Saints to wrap up Week 16 from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
And coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On second and very short, Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Mayfield's throw taken in by Landry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Mayfield on first down. Going deep here for Landry. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. To throw once more on second and 10. Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. A couple of extra defensive backs in the ballgame here on 3rd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this returnable for Hill. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Baker Mayfield. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chris Barnes. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers completed the 1. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jay Sternberger, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. from the 24. Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And again, it's Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my boys' member. Last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Open man is Higgins.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. Big hole up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Well, it took a while to get their first touchdown of the game, but finally some signs of life here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, that was the burst they'd been lacking all throughout this game, but that was a decisive run. Might have caught the defense a little flat-footed because they hadn't been able to get going in this one, and he was able to take that one all the way to the end zone.
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now Landry. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Handoff comes to Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Personal foul.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now Parkey for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Rodgers going to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Here's Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to, but as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Fighting through. And they'll get this down to the 10. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The kick by Parkey is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 13, 1:44 to go. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike, 28.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's caught right side by Amari Rodgers.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for 2 more. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
This is taken just shy of the 10, and he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. On 1st down, Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 44, Rodgers. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Rodgers will try again on second down. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Going for it all.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
He's got the tight end, Sternberger. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 15. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Cleveland, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Pack,